actually, Randy's doing it. Named it after my brother and my wife. Alright, I'm adjusting the mic volume to see if this is any better. Yep, and clearly it is. Alright. How's everybody doing tonight? Cool, Nickel Plated Productions. Be looking forward to seeing that new video. What's OBS? It's a broadcasting service, that you can download and then try to use to broadcast, and that's what I'm doing. Doing it on a computer using that instead of using the phone. But I wanted to show you guys that I got those lights installed on the layout. You can see that they're lit up right there in the train yard. That's why I got the camera showing that. Well, it's not going to go any louder. Yeah, I agree. The phone is louder, but this is the first time I've ever tried doing it with the OBS, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I actually tried it on a Windows computer and I couldn't keep the stream going, so I switched over to a Mac. At least it's working on here anyway. Let me see if I can't, change the settings on this to get more out of the volume. Volume's already up to the highest. I don't know if that's any better or not, but that's about as high as it gets for the volume. Yeah, I agree there, Redneck Connection. Well, if it's better, then that's good. I know there's other people out there broadcasting tonight too, so don't mean to step on anybody, but I wanted to get on here and work this thing. Fullerton Rail Productions, hello. Alright, well, Nickel Plated Productions, I look forward to seeing your video when you get it uploaded there. And that little picture of the town right there, I went ahead and, that's all chalkboard paint that I did the street with, and then I did the lines, and that stuff there come from Highways and Byways. I originally wanted to go ahead and just freehand it on there, but I don't got steady enough hand. So I cheated and used the stickers instead. I still got one more white line to do. I haven't done it yet. I really do like the way that yard turned out, though. I went ahead and put a piece of foam board right there down the center, and I had to shave it down so it matched the height of the tracks there. Then I went ahead and wrapped it in the plaster cloth, painted it, and then came over the top of it with the glue, and then put the ballast on top of that. And then of course I put the holes in there to put the street lights in. But I think they're pretty. I think they look pretty good lit up right there. And I do unplug it so you can see, you know, what they look like, you know, when they're unplugged. But it's getting there, and then soon I'll be able to go ahead and, you know, turn my attention to coming around the corner there and getting that scenery up to the Joplin Depot, which will be awesome too when I get there. Then I'm going to put a couple lights there, and I'll go back and do some in the town, and you can see the neighborhood right back there. I'll put some lights there too. Hello, Nancy Jones. Whatever Works Railroad, hello. The scale, this is N scale. I know you can't see it really good, but I'm also running the Joe G Firehouse Whiskey boxcar on the main train there. It's that white car. I got a close-up of it on a previous video that I posted, but that thing's on there too. I got a bunch of men, you know, not men, but people that I got to put out there yet too. Got some railroad workers that I'm going to have, you know, in the yard. Probably have a couple of them crossing over the midsection there, which will look cool. It actually looks, it looks really, really good. I didn't get that on tape yet, but I will, you know, eventually. I got more lights to install yet, but at least I got those first 4 on there, and I really wanted to show what that looked like, because I've had other, you know, people ask me about it. So I definitely wanted to get that out there, and so everybody could see what it looks like, because they are nice. You know, they came from eBay out of China, I think it was. You know, they were a good price. They're easy to use, and as you can see, they got unplugged right there. You know, so you can see what they look like. But yeah, they're nice, and they weren't that expensive either. But I got 2 different kinds. I got that kind, and then I got one where it's not a double one. It's just a single one that I'll use in the neighborhood and on the streets for the town. Z scale, yeah, that's even smaller. Yeah, that's cool. You know, I don't do HO just because of the fact that I have limited space, so that's why I do N scale. It gives me, you know, I'm able to do twice as much in half the space basically. And you can see the mine back there in the corner. You know, I went ahead and made that, and for the portals there. They came from Chooch, and I didn't buy the portals. No, I had originally bought some and then used them elsewhere, but I just took the packaging that the portals came in, and I just went ahead and poured plaster of Paris in there and made my own molds. And then I went ahead and just painted them up and did that little black there at the top to make it look like, you know, the engine had been going in and out of there. So it turned out pretty good. Did they? That's awesome. Hey Kelly, how you doing tonight? Fantastic, absolutely. I do got some that I went ahead and built. I haven't put them on the layout though. I actually don't like making them because they're just so small to work with. But I do have some little signal heads that I made so I can be doing HO. I just don't have the room for it that I'd like. Maybe if I did everything out in the garage, but with the weather, you know, I don't want the track to get all warmed up when I build a layout, so I just do this in the corner of the living room right there, and it's the perfect size for it, and I like it. Hey Dodger Bend, how's Nightbot? Well, he's doing his thing, so as long as he's doing that, everything's good. I hope this thing is streaming okay for you guys. That's cool. It's always good to get your dad, brother, sister, whoever involved in this kind of hobby. Absolutely. Six Hand Spice, how you doing tonight? It's getting there. It's not done yet, and it's definitely not to the level I want it, but it's getting there. Those lights alone were an improvement. If you guys don't have a train set, you should get one. They are fun. They can be expensive though, but they are fun and relaxing. Well, Dodger, it'll be interesting to see what you do with the new layout. I didn't get a chance to go through all your videos to see it really well, but when it comes to detail, man, you got that going on, that's for sure. And that's one of the things that I got to get better at myself, is detail stuff. I'm not going for perfection, but that's alright. It works for me anyway. And you can always change stuff up as you go. So if you don't like the way one thing looks, you can always go back and change it later. It's coming. Haven't gotten to the building lights yet, but I'll get there. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys haven't had a chance to support each other's channels, please do so. Yes, I do. I just haven't put them out yet. Stormy Girl T, how you doing? 111. Not bad. How long have you been doing your live streams for? Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody support everybody. Grow your channels together, absolutely. Nightbot's programmed to throw out those shout outs and reminders there, Nancy. That's why he does that. Trying to support Vinny and Sparky, and of course Roger and Kim with the Canadian Drone Hub. No worries, Nancy. You have a good night. I'm glad that you came in. Does Nightbot annoy anybody else? If so, say something, because I can always change his settings. No, I don't recall seeing it there, Dodger. I got a little dog here that wants to go outside. The big donut reminds me of The Simpsons. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, it's modeled after the Randy Donuts in California, but I just changed the name on it, you know, for my brother and my husband, or my, oh geez, Tracy's dad. He had passed away, and he had he used to own a donut shop, so that's why it's got the name Tommy on there. Nightbot, he made you mad there? What did Nightbot do there, Dodger? I done made it to where he can't, you know, time people out for caps and for symbols. What did he do? Well, last time NetDragon was in here and she was having trouble with that Nightbot timing her out because of that stuff. So if he did something, tell me what it is, I'll fix it. Lever Guns, how you doing? You came on there the other day and that was just testing, you know, Lever Guns, but now we're up and running with the actual live stream here. Oh yeah, yeah. He's not gonna be able to do that this time because last time he's doing that for cymbals and for caps, and I took that setting away, so that won't happen. Well, thank you there, Lever Guns. It'll look better after I do some more work on it. But I got the lights installed on there, and I wanted to pretty much show what that looked like. Because I've had a lot of fellow model railroaders asking me about that, so I wanted to get that on here so people could see what it looked like with it all done. Or at least with the first set of lights on there anyway. Right there in the town that you're looking at, there's going to be lights here too. And then there'll be lights over there where the depot is at. I got some other industries that'll have some lights attached to it, but they're just not in this video right here. Yeah, I got to put the people down. You know, I got several of them. They're just, you know, real small, and I just didn't want to do anything with them until I got pretty much all the scenery worked out. Because I do use a vacuum to suck up the extra stuff, and I just didn't want my little people to get sucked up. I really don't want to dig through a vacuum bag to find them if that happened. Like earlier today, one of my cars got sucked up. I had to go in there and get him out of there. And that wasn't fun, but oh well. Can't hear the little screams. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Dodger. I mean, my first layout, I ended up tearing that down, and you know, I used the foam board for that, or at least part of this one's got 2 pieces of foam board, but one of those foam boards is on this layout here, so this one definitely has remnants from the old layout on it. Yeah, I know, Chasko. I'm just too lazy to do it, I guess. BNSF 1982, hello. Maybe Saturday nights aren't the best time to do live streams. Or maybe it's just that there's other people doing them. Who knows? All I know for sure is that come Thanksgiving this year, here in the States, I already know it already passed for you Canadian folk, but here in the States, for the turkey, to be honest with you, I don't really enjoy eating turkey. I like the white meat. I don't like the dark stuff. And I'm not really eat it off the bone type of person because that just seems too primal for me. So I told Tracy, I was like, you know what? Why don't we just buy a turkey and we'll go ahead and cook it, cut it all up, and then do a turkey casserole for the Thanksgiving instead of having the actual turkey on the table. So She's not 100% sold on the idea. But I told her, I says, you know what, let's just run down to Walmart tomorrow and pick one up. Cook it, chop it up, throw it in a casserole, make it, and see how it turns out. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And hopefully it turns out pretty good. Because if it does, when my mother-in-law and sister-in-law come over, that's what they're getting served instead of the turkey. Well, they'll still be getting turkey. It's just going to be in the form of a casserole instead of the actual bird on the table. I don't know if you guys like making turkeys, but that's just my idea anyway. How you doing there, Gaffer? Glad to see that you're able to make it in. Yep, it's a Saturday. I'm sure there's people out doing other things than this, but oh well. I wanted to try this out anyway, so I figure why not. Little voice in the head said, "Run it, they will come." So let's see. How you doing, Ron? Food is yummy, Jacob. Absolutely. If there's anybody in here that you guys ain't got supported, feel free to support them. Grow the channels together. I am good, Gaffer. I am really good. I was able to get those lights up and running on the layout today, which I'm happy about. Which it'll switch over to that in a minute. You'll be able to see that. Ah, there it is, right there. So there it is, right there. That's what I got set up for a yard. I got Unitram track on both sides, and then a piece of foam running down the middle that's got plaster cloth on it, and then ballast on top of that with those lights in there. I think it looks pretty fantastic. And those lights, they come from eBay out of China. And it lights up pretty good. Of course, this shot wasn't done when it was completely dark, but it lights it up pretty doggone good. They'll go out here in a moment, then you can see the lights when they're out and back on again. Then meanwhile, the train's just running around. And that white boxcar on the big train, that's from Joe G. That's the Firehouse Whiskey boxcar. There is a close-up of it on one of my other videos that I posted. I think it's a Mail Call with Joe G. I think that's the one that's on. And everybody smash that like button if you like what you're seeing. Absolutely smash the like button. Congratulated for what there, Gaffer? Oh yeah, absolutely, Dodger. Definitely do the live stream running with chat. Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. See, the lights are out now. Then they'll come back on. So they're pretty bright. Of course, you can regulate the brightness, you know, with resistors. But I've only got one resistor, you know, running off all 4 poles there. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. I got, you know, one part of it done actually, and there's still a lot of detail I still have to put into it. I haven't done it yet, but it's getting there. Soon I'll be coming around the corner there towards the depot, and I'll put in some more lights when I reach that. And I'll put some in when I, you know, When I do the depot, I'll probably do the distribution building right there that you see. And we'll get some lights in there too as I come around the corner. So it's looking good. Yeah, I did a lot of hole drilling today into the foam and through the pegboard and dropped a lot of the wires for the switches. All the ones over there in front of the yard though, I had to do all those today. So now there's no plugs laying up on the table no more. They're all down through their holes like they're supposed to be. I still got 2 more to do. The one right there in front of the mine. Then there's one on the other end there for the refinery. I haven't done those yet, but I'll get to it. Yeah, I told that dragon that I turned those things off on Nightbot to where she wouldn't get timed out no more. Yeah, those markings right there, yeah, those are highways and byways. I originally intended to freehand it on there, but I just ain't got steady enough hands, so I just did the highway and byway way. A lot easier. So this OBS that I'm running with the train video here, I mean, you guys able to see it okay, or what's your guys' thoughts there? Well, you know, Gaffa, donuts are always good. No, they're decals. They came from highways and byways. They're like peel and stick. Oh yeah, this thing does look pretty good. Yeah, okay. I just popped it up on my phone there to take a look at it. It looks pretty good. Hey Jeff Allen, how you doing? I thought that Toy Man might show up, you know, but he hasn't showed up yet. I know he does a live stream on Saturdays too, but not until later. Hello there, Slender Slayer. You like trains there, Carlos? Yeah, I know, Jacob. I was kind of thinking he might pop in. Ah, Sparky, how you going? How you doing today, Sparky? Oh, I hear you, Carlos. Watching trains is always fun, that's for sure. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. You know, those, they actually come from a young lady on eBay out of Australia is where those came from. Right on, Sparky, right on. Hey, Sparky, what do you think about my yard there now that I got the yard done? I got those lights, you know, on there, on those poles right there. That's Unitram track, and it's got a piece of foam board with, it's wrapped in plaster cloth, and I put some glue on top of that after painting it and put on the ballast and then put in those lights right there. And those lights came from China off of eBay. Pretty good price for them. So what do you think, Sparky? You like that layout right there for the yard with the lights going down the center? Well, I can't go too big there, Sparky. You know, I don't have a whole lot of room to deal with. And I got other things I want to put in there too. How you doing there, Christopher? I still got more lights to put in there. I'll be coming around the corner pretty soon with the landscaping work, and then I'll deal with the depot and get some more lights right there and some lights right there by the distribution center. Then once most of that's done, I can go ahead and start putting in the people that I got. Just didn't want to put them in there now because of the cleanup work I do. I use a vacuum, and I don't want them to get vacuumed up. Christopher, just go ahead and go to Google and put in Nightbot, and that'll pull it up. And then just follow the instructions. It's pretty easy to set up. Matter of fact, he should be talking here soon. He's got a shout out for Sparky and for Vinny and for Canadian Drone Hub. He does all three. That's cool, Christopher. Yeah, I understand that, Dodger. I understand that. But yeah, I just used one resistor to light up all 8 of those bulbs on those lights. Oh, you'll see it pretty soon, Sparky. It's Nightbot. He just pops up in the room, and he's programmed to shout out your channel, Vinny's channel, and the Canadian Drone Hub channel. For your live streams, anyway. He pops in like every 15 minutes. Yeah, you get a chance to see how it works, Sparky, and if you ever thought about using one of those on your live stream, you could. It's up to you. I had a NetDragon in here last time, and she was putting in a lot of caps and a lot of symbols, and Nightbot kept timing her out for it. It's really easy there, Sparky. It's really easy to set it up. You just go to the website there, sign into it, make him a moderator by putting him on your channel there, and then he's got, you know, stuff that you can tell him to do or not to do, or even, you know, what to say. Yeah, he can time out people for you too if they're using words that you don't like, or if he's doing too much of one thing. You can it'll time people out for you. Well, I would hope so there, Sparky. Yep, and you can yell at Nightbot all you want, and Nightbot just does not care. Yeah, but he's programmed to come in every 15 minutes. Yep, he can do that too. He'll only do that if he's programmed to do stuff that, you know, you don't want people doing or saying. Like, for example, if you got too many caps or too many symbols, you can have them time out people for stuff like that. Or if they're using words you don't want to have used in your chat, you can time out for that too. And a bunch of other stuff. CSX Mad, how you doing? There are videos out there for setting it up, Sparky. Absolutely, Christopher. Come back and tell Sparky how easy it was to do it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Remember, Gaffa, I turned that off, so he won't time you out for that now. If I wouldn't have turned that feature off, he would have come in the chat and got you for that one. Yes, I know. I've been waiting for Toyman to show up. I got a little surprise for him. Sparky, I'm using OBS to do this stream right now. It's the first time I tried using it for the stream. Ah, there's Nightbot. There, he just did the shout out for Canadian Drone Hub, so you guys will be next. Hey Jeff, it's DCC. I do have two DC engines, but what's running right now, they're all DCC. So as you can see, Sparky, that's what Nightbot does. I got him programmed to pop up and say that stuff. He's got one for you, and he's got one for Vinny too. He'll pop up and say those ones as well. There goes Vinny's. Looks like Sparky's going to be last. Going to set everyone on the floor. Why's that? Maybe he's switching over to N-scale. There you go, Sparky. Christopher, you have to have so many people come into your room before Nightbot will even come in there. Sounds like you're getting ready to redo your layout. Yeah, Sparky, I think you should try out Nightbot. I think you'll like it. Then of course, you can make them say that too. Remind everybody to smash that like button or to subscribe. Absolutely, why not? N-scale, sure. Twice as much and half the space. It's about the same price, really. So why not? Sparky, it's really easy to set up. I mean, all you have to do is just go to Google, put in Nightbot, he'll pop up on the thing. You sign into it, you know, with your Google email, whatever you got there. Same thing you'd use for YouTube. You go ahead and you got to make him a moderator by you got to copy and paste his link and put him into your moderator page. And then you just program it to what you want it to say and change whatever settings you want it to change, and that's it. ATS Ventura Spur, how you doing? Sparky might be going N-scale. He'll work, Christopher. You know, you just gotta, you know, have people in your room before he'll come in there. I think you gotta have at least 4 people in the room before he'll come in, or something to that effect. Or maybe there's 4 lines of chat that has to be done. Something like that. It tells you when you're setting it up. Well, I'll be definitely listening to your live stream anyway. I'm curious. Plus that, I'm still wanting to see who's going to win that live, or not the live, but the shout out contest that we submitted videos for. That's going to be fun. Nope, you don't, that's for sure. Sparky, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the Canadian Drone Hub, you know, they do Saturday morning streams too. You know, in case you can't, you know, get over to their regular one in the morning, you know, Monday through Friday. They got Saturday and Sunday that they do the live streams on as well. Oh yeah, it takes a little bit of time. There's quite a few videos on there now. Yep, now that rumor's legit. Was it the Kato N-Scale Christmas one? Because that's a nice set. Yes, I'm the one who said N-Scale for Sparky. Hey, it doesn't hurt to have two scales. You can have HO and N-Scale. Although a G scale would be cool. A lot of people think that that garden scale is pretty much, you know, set up and running off of live track. It's not. It's just remote control on battery. Absolutely, Christopher. Right on, Ron. Both scales, more fun, absolutely. Or just have a double decker, you know, have HO on top and scale on the bottom or whatever. You got timed out for too many messages. Well, I know that probably tomorrow Tracy's going to have to go get one of those tickets for that $1 billion lottery thing they got going on. It'd be stupid not to buy a ticket and miss out on that. I think they said it's up to 1.6 billion now. I don't know if you guys been following that, but yeah. That would be cool, Sparky. Matter of fact, I was talking to a drone guy this morning. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning there, and he was doing his live stream. And I come in there and I talk to him every once in a while, and he's got a train set that he got packed away, and he was thinking about getting it out, you know, getting his grandson involved with it. But he didn't have nowhere to put it, and I was like, well, you could just go ahead and drill some brackets into the studs on your wall, lay a piece of pegboard on there wide enough to run the track, and just do that around the room to where you know it's not taking up a lot of space. And he seemed to like that idea, so it'd be cool if he does it. Nope, nobody won it yet. The next drawing is on Tuesday. I think they said it's up to 1.6 billion. Now I think the if you took the cash out option, it's like $500 million. And I could buy a lot of trains with that. Yeah, but we could still buy you some trains and send it to you, though, couldn't we? You know what I'd like to do, though? I mean, if I had some serious money like that from a lottery deal, I would probably buy a building here in Joplin. and set up a massive layout in it. You know what else I'd do? I'd probably go ahead and, you know, invite half of you guys down here to help set it up. That would be awesome. I can just see Sparky and Vinny and Roy and a bunch of them guys all up in there, you know, setting up a layout and then donate it to the city, you know, for youth. Get the kids involved in it. I think that would be cool. We just don't have enough model railroader clubs no more. We need more. Well, I wouldn't use Bachman, I would use Kato. I've had Bachman track. I'm not a fan of that. Definitely like Kato a lot better. She won't let you put a layout in the house. Why not? No basement? What about doing like Joe G did and just build a shed out in the backyard and stick it in there? Oh yeah, absolutely, Sparky. I'm glad that you're finally able to swing into a live stream. So that was pretty cool. You know, and hopefully you'll get your Nightbot up and working, because I'd like to see that going on your next live stream. That'd be cool too. And beer's always good. I ran out, so we're going to Walmart tomorrow and getting some more. So for now, I just got to drink boxed wine. All right, Sparky, you have a good night. Sabo, how you doing? Absolutely, absolutely. I won't use anything other than Kato for the N-scale stuff. Chris, if you wanted to do something like that, you're better off doing G-scale. You know, because most of that is just batteries and remote control. That would be the way to go. Like if you see some of, there's one guy on here, Crazy Trains or something, I think his name is, and he's always running like Thomas the Tank engines, and he's putting them through mud and into the swimming pool and all that, or through little rivers, and that's all because it's a remote control battery operated deal. So if you're wanting to do something outside, that would be the way to go. Yeah, the Unitrack is awesome. Gaffa, it sounds like it might be the best option to put a shed out there and just do a layout that way. You know, just do brackets to the studs and then put down your wood. That way you don't got, you know, legs going to the floor. So you can, you know, if you had to store stuff in there, you could do that too. Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's the Mega Millions. That's what it is. Mega Millions. Gotta definitely buy a ticket. The next drawing is on Tuesday. $1.6 billion. Spend a couple dollars for a ticket and win $1.6 billion. You can't beat that with a stick. What do you think about that yard right there? I got Unitram track for the yard. I like it. I thought it was easier than laying down track and then doing putty or something to get that look right there. But that's just a piece of foam board going down the middle, wrapped in plaster cloth, then painted and then glued with some ballast, and then the lights put in. No, I only run N scale. I haven't had an HO set, you know, since probably 1985. And that was a Tyco. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what happened to it. I think, you know, I think my mom might have sold it in a yard sale or something when I wasn't looking. I don't know. I was a teenager then, so I had more. I was out and about instead of being at home. You know what I'm saying? You're a young kid, you know, and a boy. You're gonna be out doing stuff and not worrying about a train set at the house. At least I was when I was that age, anyway. But now I just want the train set to look nice. It's getting there. Especially when I get more lights put in. And then into some of the buildings too. In that Joplin Depot, I know it's not featured in this video here that you're looking at, but I've had it in prior videos, especially when I was making it. I took and got some help from Ron Perry about how to make some stained glass windows, and I did that and I put them in the depot. So when I get some lights in there and light that up, and when that stuff comes through that stained glass, that is gonna look sick. Cool, Christopher, and hopefully you got that Nightbot working for you too. Just make sure you go in there and change his settings, otherwise you're going to be timing out people for just being on your stream. Oh yeah, I got that from John a while back. Yeah, absolutely. It's on the layout. If you've seen some of the prior videos I've done, I got one where I put it together, painted it, and did all the weathering on it, and then I added another video to where I went ahead and did all the landscaping and then stuck it on the layout. But yeah, I got that from him a while back. So yeah, if you guys have any kind of a scratch build that you want to do, you know, reach out to John Tanzillo. See if he'll do it for you. He's got a new 3D printer on the way that's able to print off some bigger pieces. So he'll be able to do more. But yeah, it turned out really, really well. Well, Chris, that's assuming that they don't already have you subbed. So if they don't have you, if they already got you subbed, then that won't work. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. Still waiting for Toyman to show up. Emergency vehicles, how you doing? Oh yeah, absolutely. You definitely got to check it out. I think it might be called like Working on the Depot or something to that effect. I am fantastic. Just running this OBS live stream tonight instead of running it from the phone. Wanted to check it out and see how it worked. Tried to do it from a Windows computer and it just wasn't having it, so I switched over to a Mac. I didn't go out and buy a Mac or nothing. I already had one, so I just, instead of doing it on the Windows, I just started doing it on the Mac. And it's working out pretty good on the Mac, so I'm happy with it. And that video that's playing, guys, that's just a recorded video that's looping. And I did that just to showcase the lights on the layout that I put in today. I finally got that hole drilled, put the lights down in there, wired it up. So that was done today. Then while I was doing the drilling, I went ahead and did the drilling for the rest of my switches that I had to wire up. So all that's done now. Mia's page, how you doing today? Yes, and if you go onto John Tanzillo's website, or his not his website, but onto his YouTube channel, when you're looking at his videos, that's a passenger station he's got on his, and it's a very, very big one. That is all done from his printer, and that thing is massive. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen it, you definitely should go onto his YouTube channel and check that out, because that is one big one. Monster Scratcher, how you doing? There you go. We got another Tennessee person in here for you. Well, I'm trying, ATS. I'm trying. It's getting there. J&C Fishing, how's it going? You know, there's a lot of things I plan on doing with this layout. I mean, I know that it's just got the ground foam on there right now for the grass, but I planned on doing some static grass on here, seeing how that would look, because I know that'll improve the look of the layout. So it is something that I want to mess with. Although I'm not going to use one of them tennis rackets like Sparky did and build my own. I'm probably just going to buy one and do it that way. But if you did want to build your own, there's plenty of videos out there, and Sparky's got one too. But that right there is the main thing I wanted to show, was the lights there for the yard. I do think that would really come out pretty nice. You really want to know? Because I'll tell you. And you know, a lot of you is probably going to cringe as soon as I say it, but I actually use sandpaper, which you're not supposed to do, but I don't care. It's quick and it's easy. But they actually make products that you can just go and buy and use it to clean your track, but I just don't. Choppers Rule, how you doing today? Just showing off the layout. But I just lightly sand it. I mean lightly. I don't sit there and grind away at it. And it don't take much, you know. Actually, I just, to be honest with you, I have a piece of sandpaper attached to a back scratcher, and I just use that. I just go over the track with it real quick, and that's it. Oh yeah, I was talking about both. He did that one for Vinny and he did his own. But I'm just saying that the one he did that for his own layout is impressive. Well, thanks there, JNC. And guys, definitely, if you haven't been on to John Tanzillo's YouTube channel, check him out. He is really, really talented, especially he's getting a lot better with that 3D printer. But check him out. And if you do need something built for you, go ahead and contact him. Just send him a message in one of his videos. He'll take a look at it and he'll tell you whether he wants to do it or not. What state am I in? I'm in Missouri. No, choppers, it's N scale. I chose N scale because I can do twice as much in half the space. And I'm in the corner of the living room with the layout, so that's why I do N scale. And my wife Tracy, she's okay with it, because I told her, I says, I'm going to quit smoking and I'm going to do my train stuff. And I'm going to use the money that I would have used for smoking to buy train stuff. She said okay, so I haven't smoked since November of last year. So it gives me something to do other than, smoking. So it's a good hobby. Gives me a chance to meet good people like all you guys in here. And it helps improve my health because no more smoking. And it gives me a budget to use for the train stuff, which all works. And a lot of the train stuff that I have on here, most of it came from eBay. Going on to eBay and finding deals and doing it that way. Otherwise, you can end up spending a fortune. Quite honest with you, I'm not a millionaire, so. Right on. Exactly. That's all it does is burn money, so I'd much rather use the money and do something like this. Vinny, how you doing? Right on, man. Since March, right on. Mine was November of last year. Recycle Brother, how's it going? Hello, Sylvia. Hey, Vinny, I got a Nightbot on here, and he's got a shout-out for your channel. Sparky was in here earlier, and he said he's going to go to N-Scale, and I got a shout-out for his channel, too. So, Recycle Brother, how you doing tonight? I seen that you were streaming earlier. So what do you think about my lights that I got on my yard there, Vinny? I'm using Unitram track right there, and I got a piece of foam board going down the middle, wrapped in plaster cloth, painted, and then glued with some ballast, and then the lights put in. Oh, about the N-Scale? Yeah, I know. Alright, ATS, you have a good night. Drive safe. Well, choppers, it's not too late to go ahead and, get yourself another N-Scale layout. You got plenty of room there. I've seen your videos. You got plenty of room to build one. Now he's talking about John Tanzillo and the work that he did building that depot for me there, Vinny. And that the work that he's got put into his own passenger station on his own layout. I'll be having the scenery come around the corner pretty soon and meeting up with the depot, and I'm going to be installing more lights around the depot when I do that, and for that distribution center that you see. Oh, agreed. I just hope that at some point I can have mine looking as awesome as all your guys' layouts. One hour for one lap? Holy moly. Vinny, how many rooms does yours in, Vinny? Is that just 2 rooms that you got yours in, or is it more than 2 rooms? Oh, and there's your shout out by Nightbot there, Vinny. Wow. Yep, he comes in and reminds everybody every 15 minutes to check out Vinny. And Canadian Drone Hub. And, of course, Sparky. Two rooms. Okay, that's cool. So Choppers, did you use like helixes on your layout to do the 3 stories there, or what'd you do for that? You said it was 3 stories. Did you have helixes? Oh, okay. I had thought about a helix, but I decided against it. I thought it might be too much work. I do have enough room, though, that I could go back and do a helix and go down to a lower level. But I probably won't end up doing that. Yeah, if you got some video of it, you know, definitely post it. You know, I'd like to check it out, and I'm sure there's a bunch of guys in here that'd like to check it out too. Was it just your basic round helix, or was it like oval, or what kind of helix was it? Oh yeah, absolutely a lot of work. Still no Toy Man. I'm still waiting on Toy Man. He still has not showed up yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would encourage anybody to get back into the trains. When it comes to helix there, Vinny, I think it's just a lot of mathematics involved with that to make it work right. Right on. We had one of those here in Joplin, but they done closed it up. It was about 2 years ago they closed it down. Oh yeah, I hear you, Vinny. That was a steamer though, right? I think I was talking to you about that in your chat. Wasn't that a steamer? Battery? Okay. Yeah, Gaffa, you know, the other Roy, the Echo Canyon Roy, he was talking about his Helix in one of his videos. And he said it's easier to go ahead and do like an oval type of Helix than it is just a round one. So you might want to check that out before you build one if you decide to do that. Oh, no worries, Vinny. I'm just glad that you're able to make it in. You missed Sparky though. He was in here about 30-45 minutes ago, I think. You squirted people as you went by. That's awesome. SP4449, hello, how you doing tonight? Absolutely. It is. It's very soothing. Yeah, I get you. Gaffa, I say you got to do it, man. Just go ahead and build that Helix, expand that layout, make it happen. Then while you're doing it, go ahead and shoot videos of it. Yeah, Vinny, absolutely. If you guys haven't checked out Vinny's new videos, you should check out his videos. I'm going to check them out, you know, as soon as I'm done with the live stream. But yeah, I'll check them out too. Enjoy your tea. I thought he was going to say enjoy the Taco Bell. Absolutely, choppers. Absolutely, that'd be cool. You know, and definitely if you do it, you know, just make sure you, well, it'd be nice if you could do a video of you building it, because that would be awesome. Well, I hope that his Nightbot's working for him, Gaffa. Well, thank you there, Hastings, and it's good to see you. And you're not missing much. I mean, right here on the video, it pretty much shows all the progress that's done. So it's coming along. That was the newest thing I finished today, was go ahead and getting those lights working. And what I'm using for that for the yard there is I got two pieces of, well, it's Unitram track is what it is. Then I got that foam board down the middle, wrapped in plaster cloth, painted it, and then glued the ballast on the top, and then put the lights in. and they came from China, I think is where they come from, off of eBay. They were pretty cheap, and they work really well. And I plan on doing some right here in the little town scene, and then I'll put some in over there at the neighborhood. And then when I finally come around on the corner there with the scenery, I'll get up to the depot, which isn't featured in this here video, but I'll get to that part, and I'll go ahead and put some more lights in there and there at the distribution center that you just saw in the train yard. And then we'll finally move down towards the engine shed into the refinery, which is, I don't have that in this video, but it'll get there. Then after all that's done, then I can finally come back and do some real fine details. Like I originally said, that I didn't want to ballast the track because it's the Kato track anyway, but I might come back in there and do that. I don't know. Oh yeah, it definitely takes time, no doubt about that, Jacob. And I'm not in any kind of rush to do it either, you know. I don't work on it every day. I just work on it when I feel like messing with it. And when I feel like messing with it, I mess with it. If I don't feel like messing with it, I don't. When I'm not messing with it, you know, I'm usually watching other people's live streams or videos or stuff of that nature, or working. But I work from home, so I work from home for Apple. So it's easy for me to, you know, be able to get onto YouTube and watch videos while I'm working, because I don't deal with customers directly. So like I said, I work at home, so it makes it easier for me. Absolutely. But that's the distribution center right there on the left there towards the back. And I'll put some lights in it and around it, so that'll make that look better. And when I do finish up the Union Station, because I put those stained glass windows in there, which again, I learned how to do that from Ron Perry, but once I put lights in there, that's really going to set that thing off. It's really going to look sick. And I still plan on taking the little houses that you see back there in the neighborhood. I'm going to change their color because I just don't like the colors of those. The only reason they're sitting on there is because I need to put them on there to be able to do the scenery work for them. But I still got to finish up my striping yet, which again come from the byways and highways. I originally planned on doing it freehand, but I just don't have a steady enough hand for that. Yep, it's running pretty good there, Vinny. You know, the last live stream I did, I got hit with the Sparky factor. I got hit hard. Every time one of my trains would come around, it would derail. And I remembered I had pushed the train track back in order to do some of the ground foam and never moved it back, and that's why it was doing that. But it's been fixed since. So. But yeah, we blamed it on the Sparky factor. Still no Toy Man. I really thought he was going to pop up in here. Yeah, Vinny, you're right. Highways and byways is definitely the way to go. I think he's avoiding me. I think Toy Man's avoiding me because he knows I got a surprise for him. That's alright though. He'll eventually pop up in one of my live streams. When he does, I'm gonna get him. Just like he got me when I popped up on his live stream. And what I'm talking about, guys, is that I went on to his live stream and I was talking about, I made some comments about being a moderator to another person who was in the stream. Basically said, it's not no big deal to have a blue wrench, no worries. He thought that was funny to make me a moderator after that. So, once he pops up on my stream, I'll return that favor to him. Vinny, he's got some leftover Taco Bell tacos. See, I knew it. I knew you was doing Taco Bell. Well, Vinny, I got some leftover Taco Bell sauce. Yeah, the tacos don't last long around here. Even the homemade ones. Because I'll take the flour tortilla and I'll boil it. Oh, I guess boil is the wrong word, but put it into the oil there and get it all nice and, well, crispy and fried. And I tell you what, guys, I'm telling you, you cannot beat that. I think my dog just farted. What is that? Babe, you need to put him outside. Well, when it stinks that bad, yes. Put him outside. Dude, go outside. Yeah, I think he's gonna take the... I think he's gotta go number 2. Go on. Outside, Benny. Oh my lord. He's a medium-sized dog, and let me tell you, that was bad. He's outside now. You got some spray? Just spray that off real quick. Get that stench out of here. Wow. Yes, he gassed us out, man. Yes, he does. That's why he went outside. Usually when it's that bad, he's got to go. Oh, my eyes are burning. Well, if you guys got dogs, you know how it is. And I got 3 of them. A Chihuahua, a wired-haired terrier, and what was supposed to be a Weenie Dog Chihuahua mix, but it's not. It's bigger than that. I'm not even sure what the other one is, other than a mutt, but he's medium-sized. He's a long-haired Dachshund, but he's not short like a hot dog. Or he's not long like a hot dog. He's kind of looks like a regular dog. Oh yeah, 3 dogs and 3 cats on this end. Yeah, my one cat belonged to the neighbor, and then she decided to move. And then when she moved, she's like, Tracy, do you want my cat? And Tracy's an animal lover, so she couldn't turn the cat down. So now we got another cat. So now we got 3 of them. And he's a, what the hell kind of cat is he? I'm not sure what the kind of cat he is. All I can tell you is that he's got blue eyes, he's gray, and he was named after Frank Sinatra. So his name is Frankie. He's a stink maker? Yes, absolutely. Your dog can fart too? Absolutely. Said my dog can fart too. Absolutely. Yeah, I saw your dog on that live stream you was doing. Yeah, but the one that just got done farting and stinking up the house, that's the one that I was telling you that bit me in the face. But he didn't know no better at the time because, you know, he was abused. He was locked up in a garage where the owner just fed him, you know, SpaghettiOs out of a can. So I couldn't really blame him for it. I was pissed, but I couldn't really blame him. Yes, choppers. You told me that all of them were rescue. That's awesome. So my dog Benny is kind of like that too. Yep, Titan. That's what it was. Yep, that's the one you saw. I saw on your live stream was Titan. That's when you pulled out that what was it? A wheelchair thing? You was running around on that. I guess people were saying that you were taking perfectly good wheelchairs and hacking them up, and that wasn't the case because they were deemed unusable. So you were just, you know, taking the parts and then making your little cart, which is, oh yeah, it was a fishing cart. That's what it was. So yeah, that thing was really, really cool. If you guys want to check that out, then you need to go on to Chopper's Rules channel and check out his fishing cart. How you doing there, the Pains? Yes, the electric fishing cart. Check out his channel, guys. You will enjoy it. Two black cats. Awesome. The hot rod, awesome. Yeah, absolutely, the Pains. I appreciate you coming in there and dropping by and saying hello. You know, stick around if you want. You know, just watch the train go around. It's pretty relaxing and all is good. How you doing there, Sudden Blogger? I was just showing off the work that I did on the layout today by putting in those lights that you're seeing now. And then just watching the train go around and around and around. Everybody, check out everybody. If you haven't, if there's somebody in here that you haven't supported yet, you know, feel free to check out their channel, support them if you'd like. See what's going on. Smash that like button. All right, there, Choppers Rule. Gaff, I believe he's in Australia. Yep, there you go, Australia. 108 subs, that is fantastic. Yeah, guys, check out everybody's channel. Give them support. Grow your channel together, absolutely. Gaffa, if you haven't checked out his channel, you should check it out. He's got some pretty good videos on there. Especially that electric fishing cart. But choppers, man, you should definitely think about, redoing the N-scale layout. Awesome. Yeah, I know. All right, Vinny. You have a good night. And again, thanks for popping in. I completely understand that, and I understand that. I get that. And to be honest with you, I was using Bachmann track at first. Bachmann, it just doesn't work for me, and there's several reasons why. One of the main reasons is on the Kato unit, on the Kato track, you can pull the rail joiners off of the end, and it doesn't hurt the track. Okay. Bachmann, it's not like that. Bachmann, it's got the joiner part where it connects the tracks together. That's part of the actual track. You'd have to cut that off in order to do that. So you're actually, messing up the track itself. So if you use the Kato, it's not like that. It's actually done by the little rail joiner. It's a little clip there. You can just pull the clip out and boom. You're not actually destroying the track or hurting the track in any kind of way. You can also put cuts into it and you can bend the track. So you can make it into a curve. Or you can just go ahead and cut it and then just make it into a smaller piece of track. Can't really do that with the Bachmann either. Plus that, and I know I keep saying plus that, but anyway, the turnouts on a Kato piece of track is there's much more room in between where the tracks come together for the turnout piece. So that's another reason that I like to have the Kato over the Bachmann. And you don't have to really, ballast it if you don't want to. You can. I've definitely done that. There's actually some ballast on it right now in some spots. But yeah, you can actually just go ahead and just pretty much apply glue right to the side of the track itself and sprinkle some ballast on there. Or you can just go ahead and, make a nice little pile if you wanted to do it, however you wanted to do it. I don't want to make a pile. I'd rather just put glue on the side of it and just slap it up that way. But ballasting the Kato track, it is fairly easy to do. So if you were thinking about doing a Kato track, I would definitely recommend it. It'll be worth it to you. It's a lot more It's just better track than Bachmann, and for a plastic track, toy track, it's pretty good. I would recommend it to anybody. And even Vinny is saying that Kato is the best. So there you go. Definitely Kato. And there's another thing about the Kato. When it comes to putting in the to power the track for feeders, using Kato is a lot easier than the Bachmann piece, because Bachmann, for one, doesn't have holes in the bottom of it where you could solder it like the Kato does. So yeah, and if you was to go ahead and just pull a joiner and then try to put a feeder joiner on there, you can't do that with the Bachmann track either, because those stupid clips that are attached to the track. So definitely Kato. Yeah, I had my first layout was actually done, and it was all done with all Bachmann, and I tore it all up. I said, the hell with it. I tore it all up. I took all the Bachmann track, I put it on eBay, and I sold it. And then I just went ahead and bought all Kato from there. And I'll tell you right now, I am so glad that I did that. It's not even funny. 100% absolutely glad I did it. And you're right. Mike Pfeiffer uses it. Roy, the Echo Canyon, uses it. And those guys, you know, they know what they're talking about too when it comes to the Kato. They even got videos on there, especially Mike Pfeiffer. He's got videos on there how to manipulate that Kato track to suit your needs. Definitely take a look at that and see what I'm talking about. Kato is the way to go. Well, I hope so. And when I bought my Kato track, I didn't buy that stuff brand new. Well, some pieces I did, but most of it, you know, was all used right off of eBay. That's the way I did it, you know, and I did it that way to save some money. And when I got the track, all I had to do was just clean it up a little bit, and it was good to go. Even all the switches, you know, they're all from eBay too, and they all work just fine. You know, I tested them all, you know, and before I even bought it, I asked the person, you know, that was selling it, hey, did these things work? They said it did. So I used PayPal just in case it didn't, and I've been able to get a refund or whatever. But yeah, when I got it, I tested it. Everything was great. So I'm telling you, I recommend it. If you're going to buy it, do the right thing. Get Kato. The one thing that I won't buy on eBay, though, is an engine. Too many people have been ripped off with that. The last two engines I bought came from Micromark, and they were on sale. So I bought them that way, out of the magazine. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about as far as Micromark, check out their website, Micro, M-I-C-R-O, then Mark. They got a lot of train stuff and tools and a lot of stuff of that nature. Pretty good stuff. No, Gaffa, I don't think so, because the person who bought all of my Bachmann track, it went to Florida. And they had bought everything. I mean, all the track, all the switches. I even put the roundhouse in there. And it all went to Florida. So no, it wasn't you, Gaffa. And the only reason I sold the roundhouse, and it's one of the reasons why I'm not going to put a Kato roundhouse on this layout, is because you can't really do anything with it as far as weathering and stuff. If I'm going to do a roundhouse, it's going to be a Walthers roundhouse. Yeah, when I first got it, I thought, yeah, I'm going to weather this thing up, make it look good, you know. So I went ahead and put some glue in there and put some ballast in there. Then I went to go rotate it. Then I noticed, well, the ballast is moving while it rotates. So now I got to clean all that crap out of there. So yeah, it just didn't work for me. So yeah, if you're going to get a roundhouse, get a Walthers roundhouse. That way, at least that way you can weather it, manipulate it, whatever you want to do. And with most of us now using foam board on our layouts, it's easy to go ahead and set that thing, you know, into the layout and do it that way. And if you're using the Kato track, again, it'll butt right up to it because there's no clips in the way of, you know, doing that. Oh, I agree, CSX. They are fantastic. And I really like what you can do as far as weathering them goes. So absolutely. Aerial views and histories. How you doing today? And I'm glad that you're loving the setup. Of course, it's not showing the whole layout. It's just showing, you know, basically 2 parts of it. And the reason for that is the 2 parts that are showing are the ones that are mostly done. The rest of it, not there yet. But it will be. And it's just a video that's looped, so it's not actually running right now. It's just a looped video, and I just did that because I wanted to show off the lights in the town, which I haven't put no lights in the town yet. I'm still working on that, but I did get these ones here for the yard done, and that's really what I wanted to show. Plus, I had a lot of people asking me about the roads in the town there, because I used chalkboard paint on that, so they just wanted to know how that turned out. And now that I put down some of those stripings, which came from Highways and Byways, gives you a real good idea how it looks, which is pretty good. Gaffa, is it motorized or no? Because I want to, when I get another one, if I get another one, which I'm not sure if I'm going to, I definitely want it to be motorized. But with all my trains pretty much being DCC, I really don't need a roundhouse. But if I was to have another one, it would have to be motorized. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I was kind of running into a room issue though on my layout for the roundhouse, so I don't know if I'll do one. Again, you know, it's not set in stone because I haven't gotten that to that end of the layout yet, you know, to do the scenery and stuff, so it's still possible I may change my mind. But as of right now, I'm thinking I'm just going to stick with the engine shed and then put another water feature over there on that end. That is probably what I'm going to end up doing, but it's not set in stone yet. And right here on this view of the layout, you can see what I'm talking about as far as the stripings that I've used from Highways and Byways. But that black, that's all chalkboard paint. I've had other, you know, modelers use builder's felt or, you know, black paper for that, but I didn't want to do that. I just used chalkboard paint and then put the striping on top of that, and it worked out pretty good. Now, I've got black ballast and black coal that I planned on putting down for the mine back there, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I'll probably do that when I start doing the finer details. Right now I'm just trying to get the main stuff done, but like I said earlier, I don't work on it every day. It's just when I feel like working on it, I'll go over there and work on it. Most of the time when I get over there though, I feel like, you know, just running the train instead, so that's what I end up doing most of the time. But when I feel like working on it, you know, that's when I work on it. Like I did today, but it was really limited is what I did because I just wanted to get those lights up there and working. Yeah, I hear that, Gaff. I mean, that's what I've been kind of doing with my buildings, you know. I'll buy a building, I'll look at it, decide it don't work for me, then I'll go and repaint it and do weathering on it. And that makes it, you know, to where I'm happy with it, I guess you could say. Like the 3 houses that you see in the background, there's that white one, then there's that red one. Them ain't gonna stay that color. They're just there now because I had to have them in there for the scenery, but I plan on removing those and redoing them as far as the colors go, and probably do some weathering to them as well. just like I did with the depot and the distribution center and those other two buildings that you see right there. Then of course the roof of the bridge that's right there at the bottom corner of the screen that you can't really see, but yeah, that's the roof of the bridge right there. Probably should have done this earlier in the day, but we were binge watching Code Black. Then I started work on the layout, so I got a late start. Gaffa, you could always, check out John Tanzillo, see if he can't do some kind of a 3D print for you, because that's what he did for my Joplin Depot. Then once you get it, you can go ahead and paint it, weather it, whatever you want to do with it. Looking like Toy Man's not going to show up tonight. Yeah, it's getting late too, guys. I'm getting tired. Been up since 6 in the morning. Was up all night the night before that because I couldn't sleep. Oh, is he? That figures. I was hoping he would stop in, but guess not. That's alright, maybe next time. He actually popped up on me the other day, but I wasn't even doing anything other than just testing this OBS thing, so I never even knew he was there, to be honest with you. Oh, I hear you. Scratch building is definitely cool, no doubt about it. That's something I would like to do too, but I don't have all the right tools for that yet. I want to get me a nibbler yet. Once I get a nibbler, then maybe a chopper, I'll be in business. But I just can't do it, I just don't have a steady enough hand to do it, by just using an X-Acto knife and just doing a straight line. I just can't do that. So I need to get me a chopper and a nibbler, then I'll be alright. Figures. That's alright. I knew he was coming on at 10. I was just hoping that he would stop in here before he went live. Alright guys, well I would encourage everybody to swing on over to Toy Man's stream there and check him out. It's he's doing his live stream right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this and I'm gonna shoot over there. So again, everybody, go on over to Toy Man's live stream. I believe his name is 2448 Toy Man. I believe that's what it is. So everybody look him up, swing on over to him. If you don't know who he is, just go ahead and get on his live stream, because that's where I'm going. Alright guys, I'm going to cut the stream. Like always, you have a great night. And remember, it's not a mountain if you don't climb it.